All right, let me tell you something I genuinely didn't expect to discover. I thought I was bad with money. Turns out, I was just tired. Like, really tired. And because I was tired, stressed, burned out, and constantly behind, I was paying something I didn't even know existed. I call it the lazy tax. And once I added it up, it low-key scared me. Have you ever checked your bank balance and thought, wait, I didn't even buy anything big. Where did my money go? Same. I wasn't buying new phones. I wasn't shopping like crazy. I wasn't even going out that much. But my money was still disappearing. So one month, I decided to do something simple. Not a fancy budget, not a spreadsheet with 20 categories. I just wrote down every time I spent money because I was too tired, too stressed, or too lazy to think. And that's when it hit me. What the lazy tax actually is. The lazy tax isn't about being lazy as a person. It's about being mentally overloaded. It's when your brain says, I don't have the energy to optimize this. Just pay and move on. Examples? Ordering food because cooking feels impossible after classes. Taking expensive transport because you woke up late. Buying overpriced snacks because you skipped meals. Paying subscription renewals you forgot existed. Buying cheap things that break so you buy them again. None of these feel irresponsible in the moment. They feel like survival. And that's the trap. The moment it got real. One week, I added it up. Extra delivery fees, convenience charges, late fees, impulse snacks during study breaks. Not huge amounts, but together, it was more than I spent on actual fun. That's when I realized something uncomfortable. My money wasn't leaking because I was careless. It was leaking because my brain was exhausted. And this connects to something way bigger than money. Your brain. Brain volume, burnout, and bad decisions. Here's something nobody explains clearly. When your brain is overloaded, it literally avoids effort. Not physical effort, mental effort. Your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for planning, self-control, and long-term thinking, gets weaker when you're stressed and sleep-deprived. That's why you procrastinate. That's why you crave quick rewards. And that's why you choose convenience over intention. It's not a motivation issue. It's a brain capacity issue. So if you want to save money, you don't start with money. You start with reducing chaos. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Trying to discipline yourself while mentally exhausted is like trying to grow muscles without eating. It doesn't work. So let me show you what actually helped me reduce the lazy tax without becoming extreme or miserable. Step 1. Remove decisions before you're tired. Most bad spending happens at night, after classes, after studying, after your brain is done. So instead of relying on willpower, I started pre-deciding. Simple examples. Keep 2 to 3 easy meals ready. Not perfect, just available. Auto-renew only one subscription you actually use. Decide a default transport option ahead of time. Set a no-spend rule on weekdays. Not forever, just weekdays. This reduces decision fatigue. And when decision fatigue goes down, your brain literally has more space to grow and adapt. And that's the truly weird part. When I reduced the lazy tax, I didn't just save money. I felt calmer, less rushed, less guilty, less behind, which leads to the most important step. Step 3. Stop punishing yourself for being human. Most students think, if I was more disciplined, I wouldn't struggle. That belief is expensive because shame makes you avoid your finances. Avoidance creates chaos. Chaos makes the lazy tax worse. Instead, I started doing something radical. I treated my brain like it was under construction. Some days it performs great. Some days it needs support. That mindset alone reduced impulse spending because I wasn't fighting myself anymore. Think about exam season. You're not lazy, you're overloaded. And yet we expect ourselves to make perfect money decisions during the most stressful periods of our lives. That expectation is unrealistic and unfair. Step 4. One question that stops the lazy tax. This is the question I ask now before spending. Am I buying this because it helps my future or because I'm exhausted? No judgment, no guilt, just awareness. Sometimes I still spend, but now it's a choice, not a reaction. And that awareness alone rewires your brain over time. Because growth doesn't come from restriction, it comes from clarity. The lazy tax isn't about money. It's about overworking, under-resting, and expecting your brain to perform without support. Once I fixed that, saving money felt easier. Studying felt lighter. My focus improved. My stress dropped. And my brain, it finally had space to grow. So here's your challenge. Tonight, just tonight, look at one expense you usually justify. Ask yourself why it happened. Not to judge, not to punish, just to understand. That's how you level up. That's how you protect your future self. That's how you stop paying the lazy tax. We're not trying to be perfect. We're trying to be intentional. Let's build better systems, stronger brains, and calmer lives. Let's level up together.